Hello and welcome to this edition of the Player Spotlight, this audio edition. And with me is somebody that has represented Eastern Kentucky, and well, I don't think, quite frankly, I don't think we could ask for somebody for a better representative of Eastern Kentucky, and that is Savannah Wheeler, who has gone on to Middle Tennessee and has set records in the Conference USA, and has been a big part of their program, had the opportunity to advance in the NCAA tournament this year amongst a host of other accomplishments. And Savannah, it's so good to see you here. And first off, let's talk a little bit about your career at Middle Tennessee, and really just in general. How have you been doing?
Well, first off, thank you for having me on here, and been doing really good. Just right now, just finishing up the semester and just packing everything up for me to return back to Kentucky this weekend. So, again, thank you for having me, and just talking about my time here, just reflecting back, playing for this successful program. It's been incredible, and I knew that whenever I entered the portal that a program and an environment like this is what I was looking for. And God just placed me in the right place at the right time. And I knew ultimately coming in, I just knew instantly it was the right fit after my first visit here. And just knowing that how I want to be later on in my future, I knew that I had to come to a place like this in order to be pushed and to be challenged. And that's one good thing that what I love about the coaches here is that they care for us so much, and that they push us every single day to be our absolute very best, whether it's on the floor or off the court. So just very thankful for my time here, to be surrounded by great coaches, great teammates. Have been around some great teammates my last 2 years here. And, they made me feel like I've been here throughout my whole entire career, really. So just very fortunate to have great teammates to play with in my short time here. And, I'm definitely going to cherish all the memories that I've made with them.
And Savannah, you mentioned how that coaching staff, and which no doubt about it is a dedicated one, how they helped you grow both on and off the court. What is something that during your time, and this can be on or off the court, during your time at Middle Tennessee, that you feel like an area that you feel like you grew?
I think overall, just the level of competing is something that I've learned the most from them. We play a hard non-conference schedule to get us ready for the conference tournament. Also not to mention that we went undefeated in the conference this year. I think last time we've done that, it's been several years. So I think just ultimately just having that competitiveness, just truly showing of like how to be competitive, I think is something that I've learned from the most, because every single day, every practice, they told us, we're not only competing against who we're playing, but we're also competing against ourselves. So just having that push to become better, and that want, and you gotta love what you're doing in order to get where you want to be. So I think that's the one area that I'll probably take from them, that I will definitely most use in my future. So just that level of competitiveness, and having that want to.
When it comes to Conference USA and playing in your conference, and you mentioned going undefeated, how did that feel like? Did you feel like you had a target on your back for much of the year? Like, did the pressure start to kick in, or was it something that you handled very loosely?
I mean, we definitely knew that we had a target on our back this whole season, with what we did last year. And, we made it to the NCAA tournament last year, got beat the first round. And, going into the summer last year, our goal was to be pushed harder and to make it further than what we did last year. So we did that this year. We got past the first round, but unfortunately got beat in the second round against the defending national champs. But we definitely knew coming in for the conference play that we were definitely gonna have a target on our back. But that just goes back to what I said before, that it doesn't matter what the team's record is. It doesn't matter. We ultimately just compete against them, but we also compete against ourselves. So, we definitely knew that coming into the conference play and conference tournament. So just taking it one game at a time and not overlooking anybody. So, we knew that anything could happen. I mean, we've seen a lot of upsets with a lot of big-time schools. So I think just focusing on what's being presented in front of you right now, if you just focus on that team, and then I think the rest will take care of itself. But just staying within the moment and looking what's right in front of you, not what's ahead.
You had LSU on the ropes in the second
Mm-hmm.
half. I mean, that game much closer than the final score showed. And you had a notable moment with LSU coach Kim Mulkey after the game. And I just thought that was a real neat look on both of you, just the sportsmanship show. And what did Kim Mulkey, what did she say to you?
Well, we were shaking hands after the game, and whenever she approached me, she grabbed my hand and she grabbed my cheeks, and I don't know, excuse my language, but she just squeezed my cheeks and she said, "You're one hell of a player," and she kept reminding me that, and she knew that I was upset and I was emotional, so she just kept repeating that, and she told me I had a great career and to keep my head up. It was really hard to hear. I think there was a few other things that she said, but I mean, just the crowd, that environment, and that arena, it was insane. But overall, ultimately, that's what I gathered from her the most, was that she just kept repeating that I was one of the players.
Did you have any interaction with Angel Reese?
Yeah, when I got to her and Flage Johnson, they were just consoling me and just telling me to keep my head up, and that I was a great player and had a great career. They both said very positive things about me, and that was definitely a really special moment. So but unfortunately, it is what it is. But I wouldn't want to play with anyone else in the country. So that's one thing that I will say. After that game, despite the loss, I wouldn't want to go to war with any other team, with any other teammates than one that I play with right now. So, or that I played with. So, it was definitely hard and difficult, but I knew that in a way that I reflected a lot throughout my career, and that how blessed and fortunate I was to be playing the sport that I love growing up. So I knew it was time. It started settling a little bit better, but ultimately I was just very fortunate and blessed to be competing with the team that I competed with.
Yeah, just the thing, because even though it's unfortunate to lose, just to have that kind of experience in the NCAA tournament is something. I mean, 7%, and I know I say this a lot in my interviews, but 7% of students of high school athletes go on to play college, and that's any level. So you take the percentage that go D1, that lowers greatly. You take the percentage that go D1 and make the NCAA, I mean, that makes an incredibly low percentage. And when it comes to your future, let's talk a little bit about that. I know you got a lot going on, but I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of you on the basketball court.
Yeah, I just recently signed with an agent, and I plan on going overseas really to play for as long as I can right now. And, you know, what that will look like is I'm obviously going to be playing against experienced players. So, you know, just taking with what I've done here in college as far as workouts, strength and conditioning, and just really just applying it every single day wherever I'm at. So, you know, it's going to be like a job. And, you know, I love basketball, so that's always been my job. So, really, I'm going to continue playing it. I'm going to continue love doing what I'm doing, and just continue to get better.
And talking a little bit about Savannah, going back to your high school years, Pete Fraley just recently announced his retirement. What are your thoughts on that and just the way Pete's influenced you?
Me and Coach Fraley go way back, for sure. Yeah, he's always been like a father to me, and you know, he gave me the opportunity to play varsity basketball at such a young age. I dressed as a 6th grader, and then I started playing as a 7th grader. So he's definitely done a lot for me with basketball and outside of basketball. You know, when I was at Marshall, he came to most of my games that he could, and I know that he watched some games that he could when I was here at Middle. But you know, he's definitely been such a big support throughout my career, and we're always going to be very close. And you know, he's done such an amazing job at Boyd County, and you know, I wouldn't want to play for anyone else in the state of Kentucky, that's for sure. But overall, we have a great relationship, and I know that I can always come to him if I ever need anything. So, you know, like I said, he's like a father to me, and he's done such a great job throughout with my career and the other people that have played for him as well.
And talking a little bit about a couple of your teammates at Boyd County, you look at Harley Painter. I think Harley's in the portal right now, and I mean, she got to start quite a few games this season, and then you see the success that Bailey Rucker's having at center. Talk about them and just how it feels to see just the group that you came up with and just the opportunities that you all are getting.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I played with a lot of great people. You mentioned Harley, Bailey, Peyton and Charity. I mean, like, I can go on, and you know, Coach Fraley, like he not only just helped develop me growing up, but he developed those players as well, and really every player that I was a part of. He just spent so much time with them in the gym doing individual workouts, and that just goes to show like how, you know, how much he cared for us, and that he would do anything for us. But you know, I've definitely enjoyed playing with those girls that I've listed. Enjoyed playing. One special moment that I really enjoyed playing with is my cousins Gracie and Emma. You know, they're like my sisters. So you know, playing with them throughout my high school career was definitely a special moment. And you know, those were definitely the good times for sure. But just very fortunate that I got to be around such great people, such a great group of girls growing up. And you know, our job was to lead by example, and you know, just to carry that tradition of Boyd County basketball. And I believe that, you know, we did such a great job of doing that, because now you're looking at other players that are rolling in to their had such a good career. So overall, just really just carrying that tradition of what it means to be a Lady Lion.
Think of, like, I mean, the 2000s Rose Hill, you had Laura Terry, Emily Queen, and Emily, who also played at Middle Tennessee. And then now you look at what's happening. I mean, you see just 4 years after you, Haven Ford wins Miss Basketball. Now you have Audrey Biggs going to Pitt, Shaylin Steele going to Penn State. Talking about women's basketball as a whole, because I know, of course, we've seen a lot of growth at the collegiate level, especially, but I feel like overall it's having going through a tremendous surge right now.
Yeah, most definitely. As far as high school athletics, I believe that the Eastern Kentucky area is growing tremendously right now. So you're looking at, like you mentioned, Haven Ford being in Miss Basketball out of the Eastern Kentucky, Trinity Rowe from Pikeville in the Eastern Kentucky area. So you're just seeing a lot of athletes throughout high school right now that are going to the play at the collegiate level, like you mentioned, Audrey Biggs, Jasmine Jordan, Shaylin Steele, the Sellers girl from Ashland. I mean, you can go on. There's just a lot of players in this area, in that area, that is continue to be doing what they love, and everybody loves to see that. And as far as the collegiate level, I mean, it's been growing every year. I mean, you can go on with the players. I mean, Caitlin Clark. I mean, everyone loves watching Caitlin Clark. Everyone wants to be Caitlin Clark. Not just from the girls, but from young boys too. I mean, it just goes to show what she's been doing. She's putting the foundation down for women's basketball. I mean, she's set the pavement of what hard work is. And there's other players out there that are building that foundation. You got the Cameron Brink from Stanford, Juju Watkins from USC. I mean, go on. So it's definitely exciting to watch, and it just goes to show how much people enjoy watching women's sports.
Nicely said. And what's something, Savannah, you get some downtime at Middle Tennessee. What's something that what might be a place you like to go to, or something neat about the area where you're at?
Well, there's several good things about it. I knew that I wanted to be far away from home, but not too far. I'm just right under 5 hours away from home. So, like I said, it's far, but not too far from me. I'm just about 2 hours from my sister. She lives in Greensburg, Kentucky, just outside of Campbellsville. I'm just about 2 hours from her. And I'm about 40 minutes from Nashville. As you know, Nashville is one of the growing cities in America. So it's just gives you an opportunity to go down there, explore the city, and really it's exciting. Time to just go see everything of what's growing.
And what do you want your legacy in basketball to be?
I would say that I would want people to know that when you work hard, good things are going to happen. I've been told that at such a young age, and that's something that would motivate me every single day. Just to work hard, good things will happen, whether it's within the sport that you play or outside of the sport that you play. But always just work hard and good things will happen, and always just keep your faith with the Lord, and He will guide you in the right direction.
Yes, nicely said. And last question, Savannah, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
My uncle, Brad Taylor. Griffin Taylor's dad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'll give a shout-out to him. Growing up, I always spent time in the gym with him. And every time, I'll tell you a funny story, every time that I'm around him, if he's working or at the gym and someone comes over and he's talking to them, and he'll ask me in front of them, tell them the reason why you wear number 4. He tells them that I only wear number 4 because I was half as good as he was, because he was 44. Yeah. So that's the joke that we always have. So I'll just give that shout out to Brad Taylor.
That's awesome. Savannah, we want to say thank you for coming on, and be sure to continue to keep up with Savannah. A lot of great things going on, and I'm sure she'll end up landing somewhere good for her continued basketball career. And we want to say thank you all for tuning in and watching this audio edition of the Player Spotlight. God bless you, and we will see you soon.